You approach like social networking? What is your view on that? Because I know you don't really do too much of that.
Oh, yeah. I I I really I don't know. You got to kind of point me in the right direction on where you want me to go. But I mean, one thing I could bring up is that uh, I think way too many people spend too much time on it. I go to school with all those people, and I'm pretty critical of people just because, I'm always working hard at my own stuff. I've got my own goals. I'm trying to get my own business
Uh,
going and learn and all
not
this, and
social
I try
network.
really hard at all that for my future. Whereas everybody else I know my age, they really don't. They just they might go to class or have a job, but they don't put a whole lot of effort into it, and beyond that they don't really do much else. So I'm in a different situation than everybody, but
What about
not
social
just with
networking
social
for
networking, but just in
videos?
general. But as far as social networking goes, hold on here, let me just say this. Good example, I have perfect example is I was in a class about a year ago, and basically it was like one of the first days, and the teacher said everybody's got a computer in the class, and the computers are on the outside of the room, so nobody's like facing each other if they're all facing the computer. So we were all facing the inside, not looking at the computers, and the teacher just said, "Hey, everybody, just take a 5 or 10 minute break." Basically, like every single person just turned around and got on Facebook except for me and my friend, and we just sat there and talked to each other. And everybody else, nobody was talking to each other. They were just everybody gets on in social networks. It's a very antisocial social activity. It's very strange.
What about social networking to promote like videos or promote a channel or for you
That
a website?
that's all just part of the advertising schemes. I mean, I haven't made a advertising man, what's the word? I haven't done an advertising.
Oh,
What's the word?
I don't know, enterprise. I just use like Star Trek
No,
words.
I always use this term. What is it? Advertising. Uh, ah, I'll just say program. I haven't implemented advertising programs yet or anything.
Like
My,
advertising regime.
yeah, advertising methods. What the process? I don't know why I can't think of the word, but I just haven't done that yet. We will do it though, so that's all there is to it. And quite frankly, I don't know. I don't do the social networking, so I don't really know how much of that goes on.
Yeah, and in our case right now, we're actually making these videos as a test to see social networking, like the effect it has on,
Ah, okay,
yeah, kind of, you know what I mean, fresh and clean. So,
okay. See, one reason I haven't done the advertising campaign. There it is, campaign. One reason I haven't done my campaign yet is because there's other things I need to get done first with the website, get it set up, get it finished. I need to update it. So I'm really just waiting for that. And then once we get that done, we could start an ad campaign then, but it's just, we look where we are, assess the situation, and then build on it. Because you can advertise all you want, but if you don't have a product, then what's the point? You're just wasting money. So we're just working on building all our content and products up and then advertising.
the next question is going to be, how do you get people to come visit your page or your videos, and then how do you keep them?
Well, okay. Basically, right now, the status of my community is very. It's a very small community, you could say. We've got a core group of people who've been around for a while, and then some who they came later. We've just got our core group of people that all talk to each other, and that's about it. Uh, Really everybody else has just dropped off for one reason or another, and part of that's my fault with technical difficulties because I wasn't able to keep the technology of the website updated and good. uh, but now I've learned my mistakes, so that's part of the reason the population dropped off. But initially, I mean, I kind of I'm kind of like an outlier with all the gaming videos and tutorial videos because I got my start in a game that it was like the first big free FPS game in a major free game company. Uh, so basically everybody played that and everybody was horrible and everybody was looking for tips, and then I come on the scene, and I've been in it for a while. I've already had all my knowledge. I was good at the game because of that, and I knew a lot of information that everybody else didn't know, and therefore I'm able to make videos that actually worked and actually taught people.
Okay, yeah, so we had to stop the recording, and then we are gonna split into like 2 separate parts, even though this video is gonna be in like 4 or 5 parts. So this is 4 hours later from the original recording, and we're gonna start recording again. So
Wow.
we're gonna go back to the question of how do you keep the users that come to your page, and
Years. And what?
I was gonna say, and I'm gonna hand it over to the furry one.
Oh, great. Just call me the first.
Oh,
Furry.
nice door sign right there.
Wow, you didn't fix your problems from the first one, huh?
What was my promise?
Yeah. Well, let's see. Keeping viewers is the harder part, much harder part. It's easy to just get people to watch your stuff initially. You just go to anybody you know and just say, "Hey, look, I got a video on YouTube," or whatever, and then they'll check it out and they'll watch it. Will they want to watch another one? That's a much more difficult thing to do. And really, if you're doing nothing but making videos, in order to keep people, you got to just be making some awesome videos. That's just the bottom line. I mean, there's this one guy, Asian guy, he's got glasses on YouTube. I don't know his name, but he makes all these videos like with video games and stuff, like auto aim, and he made like a real life time crisis thing, and it's just awesome effects, awesome sounds, a lot of action. That's all the videos are, and he's got a ton of viewers, ton of subscribers, and everybody loves watching his videos because they're all really good quality videos. Maybe might not like all of them, but they're all of great quality, and they all have some aspect of being awesome. So that's what makes people want to keep coming back. With me, I knew right off. I mean, you got to keep things fresh, and you've got to bring people what they want, and it's really difficult to keep people. And I knew before I even started the show that if I wanted to keep more people coming, if I wanted this to be something where everybody knows me, and I do have this as a long-term thing, I couldn't just make it one static thing. I can't make it where it's just me giving guides and tips and that's it, because I'm going to run out of material. I can't. So I decided, and I can't focus on one game. I decided I'm going to have a question and answer show because there's no limit to what can be covered. And if everybody doesn't want you to cover something, it's easy to know because they won't ask you to cover it. Whereas if everybody wants you to cover something, it's easy to know because everybody will ask you to cover it. And also, I knew it wasn't going to be based off solely Soldier Front because I mean I knew it wasn't that great of a game and everything, but you know, eventually people were going to realize the game's not that good, or at least people are eventually going to get so good that they don't need my help or whatever. So that's why I immediately said this show's about anything you want. I mean, right now it's all about Soldier Front because that's what you guys want. But really, we could go anywhere, and up until, you know, it took 19 episodes or 20 episodes of pure Soldier Front, then we started getting into Call of Duty a bit, and then still we were doing Soldier Front up until probably like episode 80s or so, and then it started dying out, and now we don't do Soldier Front at all for like the past 70 episodes or so. So it's kept us alive. We haven't had a whole lot of popularity though, just because you know, there's just so much I wanted to do and so much I needed to do and so much other stuff I had to do, time's consuming, that it's hard to please everybody. And really everyone just, after everyone got sick of Soldier Front, everyone just started going their separate ways, and a lot of people actually stopped playing FPS games. It's kind of strange, but that's what I've been finding, so quite interesting.
Okay, in your videos, how much editing do you think is necessary, and do you think editing will like drastically improve quality, or do you think it's better just unedited?
Well, my standard show, I like it unedited. I just do one take, and that's it. I don't omit anything. I keep everything going the way it originally was recorded. Throw it in. I mean, there's maybe been one time or so that I just had to redo something or something, but really it's just all about me just answering questions. So usually the visuals aren't that important anyway. And I've even found, like, early on, like, I'd record something and I go, oh man, this episode's awful. Like, maybe I was really tired like I am now, or in a bad mood, and I just like answered questions. I felt like I answered questions bad or something. But then I'd go back and replay it, and it didn't sound so bad. It wasn't so bad, so it was actually decent. So, you know, I quickly realized that it sounds worse as you're doing it. Like, Ramen, right now you probably think you're doing a horrible job, but after you go back and listen to it, it's really not so bad. But as far as guides and things, more serious videos, yeah, editing is much more important, and that's something I need to learn to do, because I really have zero editing skills. So that's what I'm hoping to learn soon in these upcoming months. Finally getting to that stage where I'm able to do that. And but like I've done some editing, like Tourney Talk. That was like my pride and joy show. Like, this is the biggest show I'm doing. Everybody's gonna want to watch this. Like, nobody's gonna watch the ATFO show, because that's just, if you have a question, then all you're gonna do is watch the segment where your question's answered. That's how I see it. Otherwise, why would you watch the show? Sure, it might be entertaining, sure, it might be interesting to listen to me or whatever, but, you know, I just kind of see it as, like, it's not a show I would watch on a regular basis, but it's a show I record. Tourney Talk, though, I wanted that to be, you know, everyone wants to watch that show. It's always entertaining. It's a great show. And we even have a Tourney Talk 2 somewhat planned, where we did have it planned, and we'll probably be a good while until we redo that, but it's going to be a whole new format, something totally different. But yeah, unfortunately, well, we, in 9 episodes, we really improved the quality of Tourney Talk. Well, I did. I'll go ahead and just take credit for most of that. But yeah, it was unfortunate it had to end when it did, because I wanted it to be a show that wasn't done by me. Like, maybe I did the editing, or, you know, I had it on the site and I advertised it and everything, but it was just a show for the guys I knew. It was supposed to be their show. I was just there to kick it off and start them out with it. That very first episode, which is the unofficial episode, that was just me getting something out there just to really push the other guys to come on with me, and luckily they did. And in the 10th episode, I wasn't talking much and things like that, because I really wanted to make that transition into, hey guys, this is your show, you don't need me anymore. Unfortunately, we didn't go anywhere after that, but due to some stupid poor traits in people being brought out, but you know, I'm glad it ended where it ended. I could have recorded at least 1 or 2 more episodes on my own, but I really wanted to end it on a good note, so I just left it at 10.
Okay.
This is more like a background ATFO, but
It's okay.
This is good though, because I have something planned for next year that really doing this, it has really pushed my idea on what I want to do for that. So, woohoo!
Okay, so I think this is probably coming to an end. Do you want to do the key points of what you said to summarize it up for all of us, and then also teach us how to close the video?
Okay, well, key points I said, just to keep people, at the least you gotta listen to the people, you gotta do what, well, you don't have to do what they say all the time, but just listen to them, be aware of what they want, but also be aware of what you want, and you gotta keep things in perspective, because, well, here I'm gonna go rambling again, but, you know, if everybody's just, hey man, will you just play these random RPGs that you never play in your show? It's like, I don't think so, because I got a bunch of other people wanting stuff, and I really have no idea on the